Welcome or welcome back to the Lawkward Chronicles. Today we're going over summer TBR, my TBR, some recommendations for you because it's summer! I love summer.
What time is it? Summertime. It's our vacation.
Finally getting warm. The sun is somewhat coming out here in Minnesota, which is great. It was a long winter and I am ready to get some natural vitamin D and just be outside and read and live my best summer reading girly vibes. With that, I have books that I definitely want to get to this summer, as well as some recommendations for you. So let's do some recs. I'm not going to give that many just because I know a lot of it's going to be repeats from other creators, but I wanted to give you some of my top recommendations. Starting off with my favorite book of all time, which is The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. If you like Greek mythology, this one's for you. It has summer vibes. It has the Trojan War. It has a love story. It has so many beautiful, beautiful things. And if you want to cry in public on a beach, this is the book to do that. This is the story of Achilles, but it's told in the perspective of Patroclus. And Patroclus and Achilles are more than friends. Just their love story is just heartbreaking, wrenching, and you can see the adaptation and change in their relationship and their like friendship to lovers to just soulmates, and it's beautiful and I absolutely love it, and I will definitely be rereading this summer. Next, shouldn't be any surprise, and that is any Emily Henry book, but specifically People We Meet on Vacation, because what's life without a lot of travel? Beach Read is also a really great one. Like I said, all of hers are really, really great summer reads, so you can't go wrong with Emily Henry. This is a friends to lovers romance between Poppy and Alex, and they are friends since college, and every year they go on a vacation together, and then something happens and they don't talk for like a year or two, and Poppy is trying to regain what they lost and try one more trip to try to salvage their friendship. Then next up, any Taylor Jenkins Reid one are really great, but Malibu Rising and Carrie Soto is Back are the perfect two summery reads. And also you see other people from Evelyn Hugo, from Daisy Jones and the Six. There's like little crossovers, but you don't need to read her previous works to read either of these. Carrie Soto is in this one briefly, so if you want like a back history of that, but absolutely wonderful books. I love them so much, but definitely the summer vibes. This is about the kids of McRiva, who we learn about in Evelyn Hugo, and he has 4 children, and it's about them growing up and their parents' relationship and the turmoil and how that affects the kids and how they communicate, and now that they're grown, all the decisions that they make. And every year they throw a really big summer party at the house, and this year things are happening. Big things occur, and it goes in the timeline of like leading up to the party in the current timeline, but it also does past timeline too, and it's also in different POVs, if I recall. I'm definitely going to be rereading this one this summer as well, because look at the cover. Screams summer. Carrie Soto is Back is about Carrie Soto, who is a retired tennis player, and she has the record for the most slams won, and then somebody is about to break her record, so she decides to come out of retirement in order to hold on to that record as the most slams won, and she is often labeled as cold and not very nice in the tennis world. We just get to see her character and all that she is, and I just end up adoring Carrie Soto. And I love it so much, and it makes me believe that I can play tennis, which I absolutely cannot. I will be sticking to pickleball, but maybe I will take tennis lessons one day. I really, really want to, especially after reading this. This one is controversial, so I apologize, but it is, again, one of my favorite stories, favorite books, and I feel horrible about it because of all the controversy about Delia Owens, but Where the Crawdads Sing. Summer vibes all the way. So this is about Kaya, who is labeled the Marsh Girl, and it goes through her story, a coming of age story, also kind of a murder mystery. Everybody in town does not like her because of she's the marsh girl, she's weird, she's different, nobody really understands her. It's a very sad story because there is like abandonment as well as abuse issues and all that. So go into that with caution. Really enjoyed this one. I think the movie did really well. And then a couple more recommendations. I feel like you just can't go wrong with Christina Lauren. The Unhoneymooners and Something Wilder. The Unhoneymooners is an enemies to lovers romance. Olive is at her sister's wedding and everybody gets food poisoning besides Olive and Ethan. Olive's sister is like, you have to go on this non-refundable honeymoon, we're twins, you can just use my ID, blah blah blah. She ends up going, her and Ethan, and then they end up, you know, figuring out why they're enemies, and it's just so fun. The Maui vibes, it's just vacation tropical, it's great. And then Something Wilder by Christina Lauren, I did read this one a few months back, and it is very much like an adventure, going hiking through southern Utah and all of those excursions, and it's just very adventurous, and there's a treasure hunt, and it's a second chance romance, and it's just so fun. There was a plot twist in here that I did not think was necessary, so I was really disappointed in that. However, overall, the story, the vibes, immaculate for summer. So it was fun. And also, like, this cover is stunning. On to part 2 of this. The books that I really want to read this summer. I am excluding all of my June TBR for this, so if you want to see what I'm reading in June, go check out that video. There will be more TBR from me that I want to read, but I already posted the June TBR and I don't want to go over it again. Kaiki? Kaiki. I'll have to listen to like the audiobook so I can get the correct pronunciation. And this is a mythological retelling, and she sounds like a badass. And that's all I know. So I believe it's a Hindu mythological retelling, if I am correct. Cover is giving very summer orange, just like warm weather vibes, and I have been waiting for summer to read this. Christina Lauren's Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating. They're friends, they date other people and talk about it, and then realize, we should date, kind of thing. That's my synopsis for that one because I don't want to read the back cover. And then Dating You, Hating You by Christina Lauren. Just looks like a Hollywood romance. It just gives summery vibes, and I believe it's, yeah, Carter and Evie work in Hollywood. They are competing for the same position, but they had a really great date or something. I don't know. You know, you don't come here for the synopses. You come here also for the vibes. And then I am 100,020,000% going to get to this book this year because it has been far too long since this book came out and I have not read it. And that is Red, White, and Royal Blue. And I'm so happy because it's the full cover and not that little bookmark sleeve thing. Oh, just brings me so much joy when it's the full cover. This is about the son of the President of the United States as well as the son of the British monarchy, and they come across as they do not like each other. So in order to let people know that there is no bad blood between America and the UK, they have to do all these outings and look like they are actually friends. And then they realize they want to be more than friends. And I've heard it is just like the best little romance. So I'm going to do a reading vlog for this for like probably 4th of July. So look forward to that. And then next up, I am going to read this trilogy. Again, this is one that has been on my TBR for far too long, and that is the Crazy Rich Asian trilogy. So we have Crazy Rich Asians, which that movie I absolutely loved, and I did read this one a long time ago on my Kindle, and I just want to reread it because it's been a really long time since I've read it, so I don't remember too much about it. There's that one, and then China Rich Girlfriend, and lastly Rich People Problems. I don't know, the vibes of the movie just give off summer and just fun and rich people stuff, and I cannot wait to read this whole trilogy because I remember really loving the first book. That is my summer TBR, as well as some summer book recs for you. Hopefully you found something that you can add to your TBR, as well as potentially join me in reading mine. We'll find out if I actually do any of this. All right, with that being said, respect others, respect yourself, and do something amazing with your day. Thanks, bye.